The church is not a church, it's the butcher house. All the faithful are taught to turn the church into the butcher house and even encourage people to have abortions. Take the tax money to pay for foreign abortions even. Yeah. Nobody would imagine if you are that baby. Nobody would imagine if you are that cow person and that baby cow. I don't blame you that much. I just have to tell you all the truth, hoping that you have an ear to listen and a heart to understand. Because there are too many fake teachers. They have a big church, big temple, but they don't teach you the right thing. Even some monks still kill dog people and eat them and make like 7 delicate dishes from the dog person and eat it. Monks, wearing monk robe even. Imagine that, huh? And then drink wine and whatever and gamble and get the girls and the women do things, even children and all that, and cheating people to take their property, their jewelry and their money. So many so-called monks are doing that.
The Nepal police has arrested Ram Bahadur, the self-claimed spiritual leader, who's also known as Buddha Boy. Now, the God man is facing allegations of abductions and rape of his followers. The authorities said that they arrested the 33-year-old man from a house in the outskirts of the capital city of Kathmandu, and they also confiscated banknotes amounting to over $227,000. Now, officials also found foreign currencies amounting to $23,000.
Quý vị và các bạn thân mến, trước khi nào con người ta chứng kiến nhiều người từng là sư, là thầy, có chức vụ trong tôn giáo, lại thực hiện những hành vi buôn thần bán thánh, lươn lẹo và lừa đảo tinh vi như trong năm 2021-2022. Hàng loạt cựu sư thầy, loạt trụ trì bị phanh phui, chỉ đến khi báo chí đăng đàn, cơ quan chức năng vào cuộc, xin mạn phép gọi những giả sư giả thầy này mới lộ bộ mặt thật là những kẻ lừa đảo chuyên nghiệp.
Viện Kiểm sát Nhân dân tỉnh Vĩnh Long vừa ban hành cáo trạng truy tố bị can Phạm Văn Cung, 40 tuổi, nguyên trụ trì chùa Phước Quang và Nguyễn Tuấn Sĩ, 54 tuổi, ngụ thành phố Vĩnh Long, cùng về tội lừa đảo chiếm đoạt tài sản, cùng tổ chức nhiều chương trình, sự kiện để tạo uy tín cho bản thân, cùng giới thiệu với các bị hại là quen với nhiều lãnh đạo cấp cao, làm các video clip về hoạt động từ thiện của nhà chùa Phước Quang và Trung tâm Cô nhi viện Phật giáo Suối Nguồn Tình Thương, mà Cung là nhân vật chính, thực hiện để đưa lên mạng xã hội. Thông qua đó, Cung quảng bá hình ảnh, tạo lòng tin cho nhiều người. Qua đó, Cung giới thiệu về công việc từ thiện của mình và tự nêu lên hoàn cảnh, điều kiện khó khăn, vất vả trong việc nuôi dạy các cháu mồ côi, nhằm làm cho họ cảm thông và trợ giúp. Cung còn chủ động dựng lên các sự kiện không có thật để được cho mượn tiền. Tổng cộng, Phạm Văn Cung đã vay tiền của 4 người hơn 77,7 tỷ đồng để chi xài cá nhân, dẫn đến không có khả năng thanh toán. Sau khi bị tố giác, Cung đã trả lại cho các bị hại gần 10 tỷ đồng. Như vậy, số tiền mà Cung còn chiếm đoạt là hơn 67,7 tỷ đồng.
Hôm 19 tháng 6, Giáo hội Phật giáo Việt Nam đã công bố quyết định kỷ luật sư Thích Chân Quang. Theo đó, ông không được thuyết giảng dưới mọi hình thức, không chủ trì tổ chức các sự kiện tập trung đông người tại Thiền Tôn Phật Quang và các địa điểm khác trong thời gian 2 năm. Nội dung quyết định nói trên là từ thông báo của Ban Thường trực Hội đồng Trị sự Giáo hội Phật giáo Việt Nam. Theo thông báo, Giáo hội Phật giáo Việt Nam đã nhận được nhiều phản ánh từ Phật tử, nhân dân, báo chí về việc những bài giảng của Thượng tọa Thích Chân Quang gây hoang mang trong xã hội, gây phản ứng từ cộng đồng, làm suy giảm niềm tin vào Phật Pháp và ảnh hưởng đến uy tín của giáo hội này. Nhà sư Thích Chân Quang nổi tiếng trên mạng xã hội với những phát ngôn gây sóng gió về nhân quả, các lời kêu gọi cúng dường, cũng như các phát ngôn chỉ trích những nhà sư khác. Trên các nền tảng như YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, không khó để tìm được các phát ngôn gây tranh cãi của ông. Một số câu nói gây nhiều tranh cãi của nhà sư Thích Chân Quang bao gồm: phải tìm tiền mệnh giá cao và đưa cho thầy trụ trì, ông thầy trụ trì mới làm được việc đạo nha. Tại sao lại có gương mặt đẹp như vậy? Bởi vì kiếp nào đó ta cũng tham dự lễ đúc tượng và ta cũng đã cúng dường. Người mà có tâm đạo cúng luôn cả cái nhà mình cho chùa luôn, dọn đi chỗ khác ở. Ai hát karaoke nhiều, người đó có nguy cơ chết làm ma câm. Nếu ông Thích Chân Quang có vi phạm thì sẽ xử lý nghiêm minh. Cũng theo tờ báo này, những phát ngôn của nhà sư Thích Chân Quang trong các video trên mạng xã hội không đúng với giáo lý, giáo luật, truyền thống văn hóa của Phật giáo và lịch sử của dân tộc Việt Nam, sửa đổi giới cấm trong chứng điệp quy y tam bảo của Phật giáo.
Tucked away in the valleys of northeastern Thailand, this temple was once raking in millions in cash, gold and jewels from wealthy donors. The temptation proved too much for its monks.
Well, it's pretty quiet here today, but just a year ago, this place was swarming with dozens of cops who'd just made an incredible discovery and blown open one of the biggest cases of temple fraud in Thailand's history.
It centred on one of the country's most famous monks, Prakom, who'd developed a loyal following among the rich and famous. I've come to find out how police cracked the case. Lieutenant Colonel Panuma Sangsong was a part of the team which raided the temple and brought down Prakom and 6 other monks.
How did this case land on your desk?
ทางกองปราบเนี่ยก็ได้รับเรื่องร้องเรียนจากประชาชนก็คือลูกศิษย์ลูกหาของพระคมร้องเรียนเกี่ยวกับพฤติกรรมที่ไม่เหมาะสมของพระคมในเรื่องเสพเมถุนในลักษณะชายรักชาย
What started as a sex scandal quickly turned into something much bigger.
เราก็เลยไปตรวจสอบเพิ่มเติมในส่วนของเส้นทางการเงินต่างๆนะครับก็ไปพบว่าสำคัญที่สุดเลยก็คือเราพบพยานหลักฐานที่พระคมเนี่ยเอาเงินไปฝากไว้กับบัญชีน้องสาว
Officers brought Prakom in for questioning. Then he made a rookie error. He called his monks from the police station and told them to hide the loot.
บางคนก็เอาไปไว้ที่หอระฆังบ้างเราก็พาเขาไปตรวจยึดบางคนมีการเอาไปขุดหลุมฝังไว้ที่ภูเขาหลังวัดนะครับโดยใส่กีวรห่อไว้
They were caught red-handed, as pictures from the raid captured.
เราสอบสวนจนเขาพาไปขุดหมดก็จะมีซ่อนไว้ตามมุมตามป่าตามภูเขาหลายจุด
So this was jewellery that people had donated, right?
ก็จะถูกถ้าเป็นทองแท่งทองรูปพรรณเนี่ยก็จะเอาไปหลอมทำเป็นยอดฉัตรบนเจดีย์อย่างเงี้ยครับส่วนใหญ่เป็นทองส่วนใหญ่เป็นทองคำทองแท่ง
Wow. Look at that gold.
Prakom has since been jailed for his part in embezzling a staggering 12 million Australian dollars in temple funds.
ทุกสืบสวนเนี่ยก็ตกใจว่าโอ้โหเงินที่คนที่ว่าเป็นคนที่นับถือศาสนาพุทธนะครับที่มีจิตที่จะอยากทำบุญเพื่อเอาไปทำนุบำรุงศาสนาเนี่ยแต่กลุ่มเนี้ยก็เอาไปเป็นของส่วนตน
On the morning of May 15th, 2025, people across Thailand would witness something unprecedented, the most revered monk in the country being criminally indicted. Investigators began examining the entire banking system of Wat Rai King, a renowned temple known for regularly receiving large charitable donations from across Thailand. More than $9 million had been siphoned from temple funds into the abbot's personal accounts between 2021 and 2025. But it didn't stop there. The Cybercrime Division uncovered even more damning evidence. They traced an online profile linked to the abbot that appeared in the databases of various gambling websites. The total volume of transactions connected to his name, including bets placed, winnings, and losses, amounted to over $15 million. Frayam had reportedly developed a gambling addiction as early as 2021 and gradually spiraled into compulsive behavior. Initially, he wagered tens of thousands of dollars, But after mounting losses, he began siphoning temple donations in a desperate attempt to recover. The more he gambled, the more he lost, and in the end, he had embezzled over $9 million. It didn't stop there. Once the temple funds were depleted, the abbot began borrowing money from senior monks at neighboring temples, asking for amounts ranging from $3,000 to $30,100, claiming it was to cover temporary financial shortages at Wat Rai King. At least several high-ranking monks, out of respect for Chao Kun Yam's reputation, transferred money from their own temple funds to support him. In reality, that money was funneled straight into his endless gambling sessions.
An alleged transgender monk in Pattaya was defrocked and arrested after admitting to drug use and causing a disturbance at a local temple. This took place around 8 p.m. on September 18th when Pattaya police received a report about a monk who appeared to be hallucinating and behaving erratically at Wat Bungkan Janaram in the Nong Pru sub-district. Authorities and our reporters immediately went to the scene and found the monk, who was in a delusional state. When police officers tried to question him and offer help, the monk reportedly admitted that he had used crystal meth earlier in the day, which he said he had obtained from an unidentified young temple boy with which he also said he had been romantically involved with,
etc.
So how can humans with busy earning, surviving life, how can they have time to study so many Buddhist sutras or the Christian Bible or any other Bible like the Quran or any other holy teachings? They don't have time to study, so they thought the monks have time to study more than them. That the monks know everything, the monk can teach them, and the monk is holy, so the monk is a saint and have some blessing power. They believe all that, so they follow them. Because it's easier than following me. Many people call them also a Buddha, and they also have their own statues made as big as a Buddha, so that people even have to pay for it or prostrate to it like for the Buddha instead of believing the Buddha himself. Yeah, so many things like that happen everywhere. Or even if a monk who is not living in a temple still drives out and sells the Buddha picture for a very expensive price, some people complain. Yeah, like the Buddha picture is some merchandise to sell so that he can live on it. And he calls himself even Yu Tang, that means Yu Kong, meaning gangster. Or they call it Yu Tu, Yu Thực in Olac or Vietnam. Yu Tang. So Yu Tang is one word different from Yu Kong. Because when they talk, that monk talk on television, when I look, he talk like outside Yu Kong, really. The voice and the manner are all fake. Recited a lot of names of the Buddha, like he knows many Buddhas' names. What's the use of that anyway? The way you say milk is not the same way as if you drink the milk. Meaning if you recite the Buddha's names with all your sincerity and respect and enlightened wisdom, that is a real reciting. Not to learn by heart so many names and then showing off in front of the audience like that. Some so-called monks like him make noise and or even make trouble anywhere they go, in their own country or in foreign lands, making the police work extra hard, and even wearing many multicolored robes as if Buddhism is a kind of joke, is a fashionable kind of style or something. My God, and all those Buddhas are mushrooming everywhere anyway. And if you follow them, you don't have to eat a vegetarian or vegan or anything. Just buy a Buddha picture and donate money for his car and food. You don't have to keep the 5 precepts, nothing. So it's easier just to give them some dollars and you have a master. Or he gives you nothing. He just abuses you. Take advantage of your innocent faith in the Buddhas or in Jesus Christ or in God. So they're just there for fame and money. Nothing they can do for you. They can't even enlighten themselves. They can't even liberate themselves. How would they even liberate you? They don't have any power. The power, they have to have it from inside. The Buddha looked like every one of his monks, but his power was different from Ananda's power, from Sariputra or other monks' power. Just like the Buddha is a big banyan tree, and the monks are just saplings and growing bigger and bigger, but can never be as ancient, as powerful, as majestic as the Buddha, compared to him as if he was the great ancient tree. And these so-called monks that run around and calling themselves Buddha, or hinting or letting people call them Buddha, they have nothing. They may be just a little sprout, if anything, and talk so big and let's be famous and Buddha this, Buddha that. Sickening, you know? Forgive my truthfulness, because if I tell you lies, the Buddha will punish me in hell. God will exile me into the nothing world, or punish me in hell forever if I tell lies to you. But these outside, there are many fake Buddhas there. They say anything. They don't hesitate to tell lies, to cheat you, so that they can be more famous, more rich, stuffing their stomachs and wearing a new clothes or whatever clothes that they want to wear. I'm wearing all those clothes because I designed them, so that people can see them and then they can buy if they want or not buy. We never force anybody or hint at it or coerce anybody to buy any of my products. They just like them. Originally, I did not think of making them, but I make some for myself on some occasions to see the government and all that. So I didn't have any clothes. I designed some, and then people saw them. They liked them, so they wanted them. So I have to design more for them, and it became like a business. It wasn't intended that way. But I also need money anyway. Who's going to pay millions for the Supreme Master Television cost? Not much is free in this war, you know. Not much. So we have to. Otherwise, why do I have to force my disciples to donate to me? Huh? For my clothing, for my food, even for my wigwam? Huh? If I don't have money, how do I afford all that? And then give to the poor people. Help some poor animal people. And make the Supreme Master Television. That's the main point. To spread out the truth, to spread out the blessing from God. If I don't make use of this physical body's talent, then I'm just doing, I cannot do anything. I'm just useless, more useless. Even though I think I'm still very useless now, because I'm talking a lot and not a lot of people turn vegan. Not all of the world has turned vegan so that we can meet the quota of 96%. And the rest, they are devils. So you cannot even care about them, rely on them to be vegan or anything. They just eat corpses. Or if I can catch them, they will be sent to hell. I'm bent on that. Many already have gone to different worlds, like the zealous demons, the zealous ghost king with his retinue. They all gone to different heavens that I have created for them by God's grace. And the rest are humans. And mixed humans or non-humans. We would have had more demonic influence if these ex-negative beings had not gone to the heavens I made for them. And there are many already caught and put in hell. Otherwise, you would have had more of these negative demons or ghosts or goblins, whatever, bad ones, running around making trouble for people. Because people nowadays don't have enough moral standards, don't have enough virtuous power, don't have enough blessing. It's all their power if they want to use it. But no, they're going downhill, listening to all the bad negative talk from the Maya, from leftover ghosts and demons. But I'm catching them every time I can. They're just running away, hiding and all that. And many hiding in human bodies. We call them possessed. These are the possessed, also you cannot blame all the ghosts and demons. These are humans who are so-called possessed because they invited them by their own low energy and their own greedy desire or unholy kind of lifestyle or thinking or tendency. So the demons can go near them and take their body for their usefulness. Sometimes they go into that person's body for something or kill somebody so that they can eat the corpse. Sometimes when they get out, they don't always stay in the human body. Some do, and some don't. They just use it like a hotel room and do anything they can. And that person who is possessed is helpless, cannot do anything to free himself from that evil spirit and do anything they want. And that will be the same with any other humans when they don't turn back to virtuous living. If they don't choose a benevolent lifestyle like being vegan and repentant, that's all they have to do. Be truly repentant, sincerely ask for forgiveness, humbly ask for forgiveness. If they don't do that, then they will be the same as those already possessing other human bodies. Then soon, after the screening is done, if they still don't follow God's way, then they will be also enslaved with the devils, the way some of them already are right now. Many of them already are right now. Or also following a fake monk, a fake teacher, and glorify them as Buddha and all that. Doing that, you will also have a forever hell karma, because you are insulting the real Buddha. They are just normal and simple and ugly and sinful and very low level, and you compare them to the Buddhas. Then you're doing very great sinful deed to yourself and harming yourself. I'm telling you all the truth. I'm not afraid of offending anybody, because if I am offending them, they also deserve it. Because they're not worthy to be called a Buddha. Not at all. Not even worthy to wash the Buddha's fingernails. And they dare go out in the public openly and say they are Buddha, or hinting to let disciples call them a Buddha. Just teaching a few simple words, anybody can teach like that, because there are books of ancient wisdom. Or you can copy other masters, like Tang Tam, copy me. Or teach them a few movements. It's just like a dance teacher. Teach them a dance, that's all. There's no power or anything. Anything they just imagine or see some astral green light and then think that's a Buddha's light. No, it's not that easy.